I want to make this video to try to speak on self-improvement. I want to try to make this video to shine some light on mental health and how important it is. One thing that I cannot stress enough is how okay it is that you have no idea what you're doing when you're starting off. I had no clue what I was gonna do. All I knew was I was unhappy. I was so sad. I didn't want to live anymore. And I haven't really addressed it on any of my videos. So I want to try to shine some light on the whole mental health aspect. Let me just start off by saying this is my personal experience. I can't say that it works for everybody, but it worked for me, and this is what I do. If you are uncomfortable with who you are and the things that you enjoy, your sense of self is going to be so lost. You're going to be so lost. When you lose your sense of self, everything is hard. Everything. One of my biggest problems, just wanting to agree with everybody. I'd always want to agree. I'd always want to just do what everybody else was doing. Because a lot of the things that I was interested in, nobody was into. For a long time, I thought maybe what I'm into is really fucking weird, and what I'm into were pointless because nobody else was into them. Nobody else was into them, so let me just get rid of those. That was my biggest mistake. My biggest mistake was throwing my interests off to the side. I just want to say again that I can't speak for anybody else, but this is how everything went for me. I'm really big on mental health, and I'm really big on self-love. I'm really big on doing things for you because they make you happy. For as long as I can remember, I've always been anxious. I've always been nervous. I've always had social anxiety. Even when I was young and all the neighborhood kids were outside playing football in the yard, I would literally sit inside and watch from the window because I thought, oh my God, they don't want me out there. That's just an example. It was kind of off topic, but I want people to understand that if you neglect your mental health and just put it off and just say, it's whatever, I'm just gonna do this or that and think about it later. I cannot stress enough how important it is to acknowledge your thoughts that you're trying to avoid, that you are desperately trying to avoid through socialization or parties. If you're avoiding your states of mind in any way, shape, or form, that is your number one problem. I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, my mental health was in the gutter. Anything that I thought, anything that I did, everything that I was doing, it was not in my best interest. About 2 years ago, I started trying to improve myself. I started trying to improve my mentality, to improve my physical well-being. I tried new things. I tried healthy coping mechanisms. Everybody has their own experience with depression, anxiety, PTSD, and all of that kind of stuff. Always remind yourself to be who you are, 100%. Be a complete weirdo. Be that weirdo who has a loud laugh. Be that dork that laughs at everything. Embrace everything that your personality is. Do not dull yourself down by not doing what you love because you're worried about what others might think. I know that what I'm saying is way easier said than done. Trust me. I fucking know it. Speak positivity into your life. Try affirmations. Download apps. Try Googling self-care mechanisms. Social media is a huge thing in people's lives these days. Fill your feed with positivity. Don't follow those sad accounts with sad quotes. I used to do that all the time. Being sad and listening to sad shit and reading sad shit, it can get addictive because the stuff that you're reading and the stuff that you're listening to, you can relate to. Change it though. Change the sad music to good music. Change the sad quotes to positive affirmations. Change the sad quotes that you read all the time to anything other than the sad shit that you can relate to. You know how you feel. You know the shit that you're trying to avoid. You know that you're sad. You feel it every day. Obviously, I'm speaking to the people who this applies to, but for anybody, I don't know. I'm not a pro, but I have experienced the deepest and darkest parts of my fucking mind. Speak absolute raw truth to yourself about the way that you're feeling. If you're someone who is depressed, you don't really talk to people about it because you're more on the quiet side and you really don't want people knowing your business. That's cool. That's fine. You don't got to talk to anybody, but you do need to acknowledge it for yourself. If you don't want to tell anybody, if you don't want to talk to anybody, that's fine. For me, I sat on the floor in front of a mirror and I just spoke raw truth about how I felt. I did that repeatedly for months. I think talking to yourself as if you were somebody really young and somebody that you really loved who didn't know any better, someone that you don't want feeling such deep, dark pain. That's how you need to talk to yourself. Uplift yourself. Put positivity into your ears. Watch things that are positive. Do things that are good for you. Take it from somebody who's been there. Take it from somebody who really thought that they weren't gonna make it past 15 years old. I just want people to understand that when you're in a place that dark, there isn't much to see. And I know that. I fucking know that. Please do not give up. There is a whole other version of yourself that you still need to meet. Find them. I swear to you, when you find them, it's the greatest feeling. It's the feeling of contentment. There's somebody else that's waiting to come out of that fucking dark place. Somebody that's gonna come out stronger. Somebody that's gonna come out completely different. Your mind is your greatest asset. Take advantage of it. If anybody even watches this video, as cliche as you think this might sound, you are so important. And there's a reason that you've experienced everything that you have. Make something out of it. Goodbye, my humans.